So, good afternoon, dear students. In the previous class, we had discussed the fundamentals of radar antenna, the major requirement of antenna, the functions of antenna, why the antennas are being used in as a transducer or to measure the azimuth angle and elevation angle, and those things. The functions of antenna was extensively discussed, and then the parameters of antennas were discussed. That very briefly descriptive directive gain, the power gain, antenna radiation pattern, the effective aperture, and the reflector types like parabola antenna, reflector type of antennas were discussed like the paraboloid, cascade. The feeds for the paraboloids with the feed support was discussed. The pattern of the antenna pattern and what do you mean by a cascade antenna, how the polarization in twist reflector, how does it work, everything was discussed. Now in today's class we'll discuss about the functionality related to the electronically steered antenna. This was also been discussed in the last class. Just a brief about it to recall. The electronically steering an antenna is nothing but rotating an antenna, okay, not mechanically, but rather it will have indication like you will control the electron beams, the antenna beams, or the antennas are rotated with the help of the electron with the help of the electronically you are going to control the antenna beam. It is not like mechanically you are going to rotate the antennas. Now in there are different, you can observe over here, there are different what is a electronically steered antenna? So steered is nothing but rotating an antenna. Now the directive antennas, usually it is made up of number of individual antennas of radiating elements. This was told in the last class how well the antennas are rotated in the electronically, how well it is controlled so that the antenna patterns such as the azimuth angle, the elevation angle, or other parameters can be found. The radiation pattern, if you come across of a n, this was also in in the last class it was told, okay, a receiving array of isotropic antennas or radiator, in that they are have uniform response from all the directions, and they are convenient so that the outputs of the n elements are summed via a equal length to produce an voltage of ea So this was discussed. So basically the antenna steering and the radiation pattern was discussed. Now we'll move on to the next important topic, that is the steering of antenna. So beam steering, okay, the beam of a linear array can be steered in an angle by changing the, so beam is nothing but an antenna beam. The antenna beam of a linear array can be steered in an angle by changing the relative time delays between the elements. So by changing the relative time delays between the elements. So if you consider figure A, the two elements of many elements array spaced with a distance d, the signal from a direction theta naught relative to the normal to the two elements arrives at element 2 before it arrives at, the signal arrives at element 2 before it is arriving at element 1. This is a condition. If the signal is delayed at element 2, for example with a time delay delta t, which is equal to d by c into sine theta, it can be it it will be in time coincidence, or you can say congruent with the signal at the element. Okay, if they are added together, if they are added together, it is as though the main beam of the two elements array was pointed in the direction theta naught. So beam steering occurs by changing the time delay. Beam steering occurs by changing the time delay. Inserting beam steering occurs, you can note, occurs by changing the time delay. Inserting the inserting the variable true time delays at each element of many elements. So you can observe over here, the inserting a variable true time delays at each element of many element which is there in the phased array. However, you can be quite complicated and in general unattractive with the available technology. So instead of that, it is much simpler to employ a model 2 pi phase shifter of phase shift equal to, so the model 2 pi phase shifter is used with phi is equal to 2 pi f naught, or delta t is equal to 2 pi d by lambda sine theta, which is as shown in the figure 2, where f naught is a frequency. The signals are in phase rather than coincident in time. So this is being illustrated here. So in linear array, the phase shift that needs to be inserted at each of the element in order to have all the signals with the same phase is m phi, where m is an integer. You need to note, which can vary from 0 to n minus 1. So is the number of element which is related to the reference element. This means that the phase difference between the element is phi. The normalized radiation pattern of a linear array of an isotropic can be given by g theta, which is equal to sine square n pi by d by lambda into sine theta minus theta naught divided by n square sine square of pi by d by lambda into sine theta minus sine theta naught. You can note here the maximum of this pattern occurs when theta equal to theta naught, where theta naught is the direction at which, the main beams are pointed. So as before, the element should multiply this equation to get an antenna pattern. You can note thus the beam can be steered in an array by changing the phase at each element. So the figure, whatever it is shown here, is a two array elements spaced at a distance d. A received signal arrive at an angle theta measured with respect to the broad side of the direction. Beam steering based on truly time delay is shown in the figure here, and beam steering using a phased shifter, that is varying from a range, phase shifter that is a variable ranging from theta to from 0 to 2 pi radians is shown in the figure B. Okay, now the another important consideration is beam steering. If you consider the, so this is a equation which was seen just now. Okay, the feeding an array variable phase shifters may be used at each element of the linear array to steer the beam as illustrated in this figure, which has 4 phase shifters. This is called a parallel feed array. So the difference in the phase between each element is phi, which is given by phi is equal to 2 pi d by lambda into sine theta. When can observe here, when a series of power splitters such as hybrid junctions are used to create a tree-like structure, as in the figure. It is sometimes called as corporate feed, since it is vaguely resembles turn upside down the organization chart of the corporation. Equal length of the line between the elements and the transmitters are desired, but it is not always possible. This is a very important thing to be known. The phase at which each element should be same other than that introduced by the phase shifter. If the power is equally divided, and note here, if the power is equally divided among all the elements, and if the loss at each element is can be called as LPS, then the entire loss in the parallel feed network is also given by LPS. Okay, the each phase shifter has the same phase in a series feed line array, which means that only steering command need to be generated as compared to n-1 phase commands needed for a parallel feed. This is an advantage since it simplifies the computer that has to generate a phase commands. Based on the commands which is generated by the computer, the antennas are steered, or mean to say it is rotated. A serious disadvantage may also occur in series fed because of high loss. If loss is indicated with LPS, then loss throughout is n-1 LPS. So it is unusual for loss of phase shifter to be significant fraction of dB. So since there might be tens of elements in the array, the loss with the series feed is generally unacceptable. So this is a beam steering. A command would be generated from the computer where the antennas are rotated. So based on the commands, the antennas are rotated. So next you have changing the beam width and the steering angle. So when you come across with this beam width and steering angle, you can observe the change of beam width with a steering angle, how it is carried out. As the beam of the phased array scan in an angle theta naught from a broadside, its beams increases as 1 by cos theta. So which can be observed in the equation. Now there is a simplification or the equation shown where you have the radiation pattern is of the form sine square u by u square, where u is n pi d by lambda into sine theta minus sine theta naught. The antenna pattern sine square by u square is reduced to half from its maximum value when u is equal to plus or minus 0.443 into pi, denoted by theta plus and the angle corresponding to the half power point when theta is greater than theta naught is denoted by theta minus. So half power beam width is a plane of scan increases as the beam is scanned off. The beam width is approximately inversely proportional to the cos theta naught, where theta naught is the angle measured with respect to the antenna. The beam is scanned an angle theta naught from the broadside. The beam width in the plane increases as cos by theta naught, inverse of that, which is increases. So however, not valid when theta is naught is very large and the performance can be much worse. Okay. A consequence of beam width increasing with a scan angle is that the antenna gain also decreases as cos theta naught. This is a very important point. This is a text figure which you come across is a beam width and extensity of the beam scanned. So this is a figure. So how a beam width is scanned, a simple example is considered. Now you have in what all places the application of array in the radar. So it can be right from aircraft surveillance to broad shift, satellite surveillance, and the ballistic missile defense, the air defense, the aircraft landing system, the mortar location, the tracking of ballistic missile, airborne bomber radar. When you come to the advantage of this, we have seen the applications of the array of antenna in the radar. When you come across with the application, you have, the advantages. If you have come across with the advantage, you can say that the inertia less rapid beam steering. If you consider this advantage, the beam from one array can be scanned or it can be switched from one position to another position. In short, time limited by the switching speed of the phase shifter. Typically, the beam can be switched in microseconds, which is considerably short. This is one added advantage. The second point, the multiple independent beams. To go more insight about this, a single aperture can generate many simultaneous independent beams. Alternatively, the same effect can be obtained by rapidly switching a signal beam through a sequence of position. The next point is potential for large peak and for average power. So if you see this, if necessary, each element of the array can be fed by a separate high power transmitter with combining of the outputs made in space to obtain total power greater than that of the obtained from a single transmitter. Next one is a control of radiation pattern. A particular radiation pattern may be more readily obtained with array than with other microwave antenna, since the amplitude and phase of each array element may be individually controlled. Thus, the radiation pattern with extremely low side lobes or with shape with main beam may be achieved consequently. A separate monopulse sum and difference pattern, each with its own optimum shape, can also be generated. Graceful degradation. The distributed nature of the array means that it can fail only gradually and not at once. A convenient aperture shape. This is another advantage. The shape of the array permits flush mounting, and it can be strengthened to resist a blast. So electronic beam stabilization. The ability to steer the beam electronically can be used to stabilize the beam direction when the radar is on an unstable platform such as shift. So when you have a radar antenna or an array of antennas on the highly turbulence or ship or a aircraft, it will be subjected to turbulence like roll, pitch, and yaw disturbance. So the ability to steer the beam electronic can be used to stabilize the beam direction. So after seeing this many advantages, we can check out with the limitations. So first one, the immediately you can come across here, it is of higher cost. This is a major limitation. A widespread use in the conventional phased radar, which is due to the complexity. The software So for a computer system that is needed to utilize the inherent flexibility of the array antenna is also contributed. So significantly to the system cost and the complexity. So this is a very important limitation, and very rarely we may require a fast switched phase array antennas, and for our application a simple mechanical scanned antenna might be adequate with such high cost. So usually the electronically steered antennas are high in cost. So if you consider an n element array which generates n independent beams, however in practice it is very rarely to require the radar to generate more than a few simultaneous beam, since the complexity of the array radar increases with number of beams. So this is another disadvantage. So you go for conventional microbeam antennas cannot generate the radiation pattern with side lobe as low as an antenna array. The testing of this radar system is more complicated than with the conventional. So these are set of limitations which is for electronic beamed antenna or steered antenna, so which are there. So out of that, many disadvantages, if you come across with, out of those few disadvantages, if you come across this advantages, so electronic beam steering antennas finds major applications in various fields like this what has been quoted here. So therefore the rather than mechanically steering the antenna, so electronic people will go for electronic steering of antenna, which is a need for the present system. Okay, that's all for the today's topic. Thank you very much.